It's one of those things that you think that when the water goes down into the gutters and that, I just really didn't connect that it was going into the waterways. I thought it was going into pipes, I don't know where, somewhere away. And so, but yeah, to know that it actually is all going into these drains, into the waterways, yeah, there's this strong connection right through.
I think a lot of people think that most of the litter that gets into the creek might be dropped at the creek or dumped at the creek, but most of the litter that makes it into our creeks and rivers and oceans is really being dropped on the streets, at workplaces, shops, schools, that kind of thing. So it's really important for the community and for people to realise that it's when it's dropped in the local area, it's washed down the gutters and it goes straight to the local creek.
I've been involved with the Darebin Creek Sweepers for almost 5 years now. We meet the third Sunday every month, and we choose a different location every time. And so we usually go for a couple of hours. We pick up rubbish, and sometimes you'll turn up and say, look here, and it doesn't look like there's much here at all. And so then we'll just start looking closer, and if you look closer, there'll be small things. One day I went with Graham from Darebin Creek Management Committee, and we went right out to Woodstock, and I was amazed. It was really fun, you know, just tracking it all the way out there, and because it's actually 50 kilometres long. And it's very different along the creek, and we stopped off at Epping and had a look there, and like up at Epping there's these trees that are like 400-year-old trees. They're amazing. It just gave me more of a sense of what a special creek it was and what a living creek it is. It's not, and also that down here a lot of the water is coming in from the stormwater drains. So it's not even, I imagined it was coming up from the hills, you know, when it rained, but no, it's coming from the stormwater drains. And so it did, and then it's all flowing down, meeting up with the Yarra, and then that water then goes out to Port Phillip Bay.
One of the big messages we need to get out to the community is that, yeah, anything like that can is an enclosed plastic, rubber band, anything like that's dropped on the ground, that can wash down the gutters straight into the creek, and that can really affect animals, including platypus, wading birds, probably turtles, all sorts of animals. And of course, if it made it out to the ocean, that can affect lots of different animals out in the ocean or the bay as well. One of the big issues is bin day. If ever a bin is overloaded, I think probably everyone has seen a bird hopping in there and pulling out the rubbish, looking for food, and you'll hit rubbish all around that bin. Wind might also blow it, so overloaded bins I think are one of the big issues.
The two little audits we did just down near Northland on Murray Road, there were a lot of takeaway containers. Originally used to be a lot of straws, but we didn't find them so much these days because people have changed their habits with straws, which is really fantastic. When we come back in 2021, we're going to start sorting so we can work out where it's coming from, so we can approach local businesses, or maybe there's a lot of plastic bottles and we have to, you know, maybe write letters to big, you know, companies that sell water. Yeah, there'll be a range of things that we would like to put in place to stop it getting, you know, get to the source rather than having to pick it up in the streets or out of the creek. I think it's really nice to have like creative events as well, and a way. It's a really nice way to get our community together. That's not just picking up rubbish. And the stencil workshop was a really good way to do that, and to come up with ideas that will pass on our message and that can be put around and, you know, on people's bins, so people can see those kind of messages without us getting in their faces.
I think since the 1960s, 1970s, or in fact earlier, when the creeks, the local creeks, were just seen as drains, the biggest improvement we've seen is in community attitudes and people deciding they want to make a difference. And the more of that we get, and the more education and awareness we can get out there, the creek will only become a healthier environment into the future.